there's this very interesting phenomenon in society where we are praised for our ability to take on more and more and more stress. There's this idea that if you can be doing more, having more, constantly busy, taking on more stress, you're multitasking, which is a myth in itself. But if you have this ability to do that, you're kind of praised or held on this pedestal for your ability to take on more amounts of stress. Now, it's this very notion of constantly needing to be doing, constantly needing to be under stress, seeing just how much can you handle, right, before you get to your breaking point, that we think is just somehow glamorous, that we are glorified for our ability to take on stress. Now, I want to ask you a question. Why do you believe that we are here? Just generally speaking, what do you think the purpose is in us being here in this place, in this 3D time-space reality? I want you to think about if you are here for joy, purely for joy, and nothing else. Now, if that is the case, does it seem necessary or even good to want to take on more things that cause you stress physically, emotionally, cause breakdown of your body, cause relationship struggles, cause your body to become unhealthy, that cause all of these things to happen because you were taught and you were shown that it is admirable if you can be constantly busy, working really hard, and then taking on more and more and more until you get to that breaking point. And we wonder why our society has less health, that people are more unhealthy than ever in multiple different facets. And when we talk about mind and our mental health, we're becoming more aware of this, and this is a beautiful thing, but it's because we have reached as a society this breaking point, because we have pushed and pushed and pushed to see what else is possible. How much more stress can I endure? How much more can I force myself to do? And it's this very concept that might be pushing the success of your business away instead of bringing it to you. So I want you to just take note of a few ideas here. Do you find yourself guilty if you have 10 minutes in your day that nothing is scheduled? That you feel like, okay, I can't sit, I must be doing something. There's something that I should be doing. I need to get up, I need to, there's this that needs to be done. I should be sending more emails. I should be doing more posts. I should be reaching out to more people. I should be DMing more things. I shouldn't have 10 minutes to myself, right? Do you find that it is hard for you to just sit and be? Is it hard for you to accept that I'm allowed to have a couple minutes to relax and recharge? There's so many ideas that every minute of the day should be scheduled, should be productive, right? So in this sense, I want to challenge you to intentionally have some time in your day that is not productive. Because although you will not be doing and physically productive for your business, that time spent pouring into yourself internally, going within, doing something to fill you up is going to be far more productive than the task-driven mentality of do. I must be always working and doing something. If I'm not being good enough. I need to do more. I should always be doing more. I shouldn't have any of this time for myself. I mean, is that ever anything that has gone through your mind? I know it has gone through my mind time and time again. Anytime I go to sit down for a second, I think, okay, maybe I could just take a second. And then I look around, I'm like, no, I need to, this has to be cleaned. This has to be done. This should be done. I shouldn't be sitting. And then this guilt comes up, this deep guilt that who am I to think I should be allowed to sit down for a minute? Like, no, you should be doing more. So I want you to really challenge that idea. And think about also the ability to take vacations. right? I remember growing up, we always took 2-week vacations. When was the last time you took 2 weeks of a real vacation where you completely unplugged? You didn't do any work. You did nothing for 2 weeks. Nowadays, that sounds absurd. If you take more than a week, it's like, what do you think you're doing? You need to get back to work. You can't take that much time away from work. You can't take that much time away from your business. You can't take that much time away from your responsibilities. It's like absurd to think that you're allowed to even take 2 weeks, let alone more time. And then I'm always reminded of this. I was part of a group, when I was working on something, a different sort of business endeavor before becoming a coach. And the individual who was kind of the head of the group was on this beautiful vacation with her whole family in Hawaii. And she was there for an extended period, at least 2 weeks, I believe. But she woke up between 3:30 and 4 every single morning to do work before the rest of the family woke up. And I just can remember that all the people within this community were like praising her for, wow, you're so dedicated, you're so committed, look at you. And it's like, I will not stop, I will not stop. Like just this mentality of never take a break, never stop doing your business. So even though you're on a vacation, you're gonna compromise your time. You're gonna compromise your sleep, your rest, all the things that your body needs to make sure that you do not stop. Never take a day off. You are never allowed a day off. Do you see this mentality that has been ingrained in us and praised? She was praised, and people were like, oh my gosh, I wish I had that work ethic. I'm going to try to work like you. I'm not going to take any breaks. I'm never going to take a day off. Never. I'm going to work really hard and I'll do everything that I can. And yes, we need to work hard, but you have to allow your body the time it needs to rest in between these times. You need time to completely disconnect without the guilt or shame like you're doing a bad job, because that's not true. And as we push and push and push ourselves to keep going and never take a break, you are actually you are pushing the success away from you. You are not allowing it to come. Have you ever had a time where maybe you were trying to think of an idea or something you really wanted, and you took time away? Your mind completely was on something else. You were somewhere else. You were doing something else. And all of a sudden, the idea popped in, or it came to fruition, or whatever setup needed to get set up, or you were contacted by the very person that you needed. And then things were able to start going. Like sometimes we need to be able to step away in order to allow things to come to place. We've planted the seeds. You have to trust that the seeds that you have been planting all along are going to be sowed. They are going to grow. They are going to come. All of the things that you desire will come, but you have to trust. When you are in this place where you feel like you must push, you must force, you must never stop in order to get success, you are not trusting. You are not allowing. You are not, being in the place of faith and understanding that what you ask is going to come to you. What you want in your business, the success that you desire is going to come. And sometimes we need to step back and allow it to come. And we can't burn ourselves out with complete exhaustion and overwhelm, this deep fatigue that is like hard to even put into words, because we are so exhausted in our soul that we don't even know how to operate anymore. We're just doing. We're like robots just going through the motions because we were told we had to. We don't even remember why we're doing it anymore. We've lost the passion, the drive, the desire. We've lost the whole point because we're so focused on just keep going, never stop, push harder. Just when you think you don't have anything left in you, push harder, do more. And that is just not the right mentality. And we need to start shifting this idea, right? I'm reminded of the 80s, no pain, no gain. Like, it's this idea in business. Like, if you stop for a second, you don't deserve to win. Like, that is not true anymore. We need to come to the opposite, actually. We need to find that it is okay to rest. That the whole point of why we're here is for joy, for creation, to help people, to help each other move through this life in the most beautiful and joyful way possible. That you deserve to have a business that feels like peace, not a business that is exhausting and feels forced, feels like you're pushing the whole way to try to have success because you want it so desperately. And the funny thing is that when you can let go of that need, that deep need where you're like, I have to have success, this material version of success, that's when you let go of that and you can find success, joy, beauty, and peace within yourself, and you're truly coming to serve people through your business. You let go of that need for that external validation and the external forms of success, and you just show up as your authentic and beautiful self. This is when things will actually start flowing to you. This is when the success will actually start coming. Because you're there to truly serve. You are there to help people. This is the reason why you started your business in the first place. Go back to that. Remember what it was that got you started in your business. Why are you doing this? And why is it that as you push harder, it seems that nothing is happening, no matter how hard you push, right? We're so programmed to go, go, go. I remember before we started homeschooling, and I would get in the carpool line, that wretched carpool line, so often behind this car, and it stood out to me because their license plate said never home. And I just remember thinking, like, at this point I was about done anyway with like the whole system, everything going on, and I was like, this is not how I want to live. I do not want to be constantly going and always on the go, always doing something, never resting, never taking a moment for myself, and feeling like they're like praised for never home. We're never home because we're just so busy. Like, it's held up on a pedestal, right? Like, oh, look at you, you're so successful because you guys are so busy that you're never even home in your own house that you spend all this money on. You paid all this mortgage on every month, and then you don't even have any time at home to enjoy it because you're always out doing something, because that is what we were programmed to do. We were never taught how to go within, how to be with yourself, how to learn who you are. All of these things that are so necessary in order to actually have that external success. And so we hold on a pedestal the people who can like just burn themselves out. I mean, I remember when I was younger and first starting out in my PT career, we had this great friend, but their expression was, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And how often have you heard that? Have you heard people say that? Oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, buddy, that's going to come a lot sooner than later if you continue at this pace, because this is not how we're designed. This is not how we're meant to live. You want to find peace, joy, and freedom in your work and your business. We're not here to burn the candle at both ends. That is not an admirable trait. That is somebody who doesn't have faith or trust or knowing that their business will be successful, or knowing that their desires will be fulfilled. So they are pushing so hard and they're burning the candle at both ends. They're taking away their rest. They're taking away their time off. They're taking away from all the things they need to actually have fulfillment in this life, because they think that's what's necessary in order to have success. And that is completely the opposite of what you want to do. So what we're really searching for, as we're here, as we're trying to build our business, as we're wanting to help others, as we're wanting to have that success, all that we really are wanting is peace and joy. And I tell you, when you can find those feelings without needing the external validation, without needing to be a multimillionaire, without needing other people to tell you that you're great and successful, without needing all of that, you can find it for yourself from within. That is when you're going to start to have it on the outside. And it's a beautiful thing, because you can come to your work with just a sense of peace. You're just here to serve. You're here with love, trying to help other people in whatever your business does. No matter what your business, you are serving somebody in some capacity. And if you can focus on that, take time for yourself without guilt. Take time to go within. Take time to know who you are. Take time to rest and be. And I guarantee things will start to come so much faster. So don't push. Don't think that if I just do more and work harder, then everything will come to me. People will admire me for my strong work ethic because I never give up and I never take a minute off. No. I admire the people who have time to rest, who have time to take a true vacation, a true period of time where you are completely disconnected, where you are not getting up at 3:30 in the morning to make sure that you get your work done. That is not vacation in my book. I don't know if it is in yours, but it certainly is not to me. This is not how you are meant to live. This is not how you are designed. Take the time for rest. That is when true success will start to come. So I hope this is just a breath of fresh air to give you permission that you don't have to be pushing yourself beyond what you are capable of in order to have success. In fact, the less you do, the faster the success will come to you. So until next time, expect prosperity and make sure that you like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the great wisdom or insight to help you find aligned success in your business and in life.